Distance can be a major barrier to accessing quality healthcare on time. That's where Angel Flight East comes in. Welcome to Takeoff Talk with Angel Flight East, a nonprofit dedicated to providing free flights for children and adults who need medical treatment far from home. We don't know how many people forego medical care because they don't have accessible transportation, and that's what this podcast is here to change. Join passionate AFE staff members Jess Ames and Maddie Beck as they share real-life stories from people who have used AFE services to get the care they need when they need it.
Hey, frequent flyers, welcome back with another episode of Takeoff Talk. You're here with me, Maddie.
And me, Jess.
And today we have our passenger, Christine. Hi, Christine.
Hello. Hi.
Christine, I feel like we've talked to you so many times that we've never seen you face to face, though. We've only ever heard your voice.
Yeah.
Yes. Or email or
all the electronic forms of communication.
Yes.
So if you are comfortable, can you tell our listeners about your medical journey and how you found Angel Flight East?
Yes, I'd be happy to. Well, a little over 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with a somewhat rare form of brain cancer. And I was given 2 to 3 years, if I was lucky, I was told, to live. And that was here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, where I live. And I did do, but I'm not going to say where the hospital, which I started my treatment at for the first year. But at the end of that first year, I wasn't doing very well. And I kept seeing, at that time, I kept seeing these commercials for Cancer Treatments Centers of America. And even the doctors where I was going said that I should probably look into going somewhere else that was more specialized with brain cancer at that time. And so, one time that I saw this, one of the many times I saw this commercial, at that time, like I said, it was a little over 10 years ago, they were playing this commercial a lot. And I just thought, what are the chances that, they would take my insurance or, I could get there because, this, the cancer treatment centers was only in 5 states. Now it's even less states in the United States. But I thought, well, what the heck? I mean, I might as well try. So I called and I mean, it was incredible. I mean, they were so gracious and so nice, and they got me in the next week to come out and get me a consult, and I was there for about 2 weeks and all that. So that's that part of it. But so I started going there. At that time, I still had my insurance through work, even though I couldn't work because of the effects of the brain cancer and the brain tumor. But my employer was still providing me insurance. And so I was able to fly out there to Chicago. After a year or two, I think, I'm not sure, I can't remember. Soon that ended. And I had to go on disability. And it made it very hard for me to be able to afford that travel. It basically made it almost impossible because I had to go numerous times a year. Actually, the Cancer Treatment Center, the financial department told me about Angel Flights East, and so I got in touch with. Um, I can't. I can't remember if it was you, Jess, that I talked to first.
I
I'm
think it
not
was
sure
Dom.
who.
Dom.
It could have been. I
Yeah,
don't
it's been a
remember. I
while
don't
since you've
remember
been
a
flying.
lot of things around that time, and I still don't. My memory is not good, so I will let you know that. I forget names very easily. There's a lot of things that go with brain cancer that I have to deal with. But anyways, and I mean, you guys were just so gracious and you were such a godsend because without you, I would not have been able to continue to go there. Um, it just absolutely would not have been possible. I would not have been able to afford the commercial flights, being uh, on disability and Medicare and a fixed income. And I've been using you ever since, as much as I can, as much as you can help me. And I just can't thank you enough because, and I've said to the cancer center, they truly have saved my life. And so have you.
Christine, we are not allowed to cry here because
Yeah.
we get sweaty eyes all the time doing these, and we always say, "Not today."
Yes. Especially it's Friday, Christine. No crying.
Yeah, but it is true.
That is amazing, and the fact that you've been battling cancer or a brain tumor for 10 years, I
Yeah,
can't even imagine, but I'm so
Yeah.
happy you've been such a small part in helping you get to the treatment that saved your life.
yeah. And it's still, I mean, I'm way past my expiration date. But I never, when they told me that, I just let it go in one ear and out the other because I have a very strong faith. And, maybe I'm just too stubborn to die. I don't know what it is, but I, uh, I just, I don't know. By the grace of God, I'm still here, and I'm just gonna keep fighting as long as I can.
That's all we ask for. So now, can
Yeah.
you tell us a little bit more about where you are in your journey now? So you've been here for 10 years, you're only given 2 years to live, and where are you at now?
I guess you could say I'm in partial remission. Um, I still go to the center every 3 months, and I get brain MRIs. Um, but they also treat me for other health issues that are related um, to the cancer, and some that really well that have been brought on by the cancer, such as I see a neurologist there, and I started getting severe migraines when I got the brain cancer, and never that never had any of that stuff before. And so I started getting Botox injections in my, like, all over my head, the back of my neck, and I get that every 3 months. And it has, oh my God, that has been a godsend too. I started doing that about, I'm going to say about 6 years ago, I guess. I guess that's, well, maybe longer now. I forget. I I think that's part of the disease or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
I have a hard time remembering like dates and uh
Me too, but I don't really have an
yeah, it's
excuse.
We
weird,
have an
but
excuse. We just
Yeah.
forget.
yeah. It could have been 9 years ago. It could have been 6. I just don't know, but I know it's been a long time. It also has caused me to have seizures, and I have to take seizure medication, like heavy duty seizure medication, and I still have to take it. And even with the seizure medication, I still get some seizures. So I started having these seizures, and it's not the type of seizure that you would see on TV where someone would be on the ground and foaming from the mouth. It's nothing like that. My seizures are called partial seizures, and that's also what I see the neurologist, for, and take medication for. Um, Basically, my seizures are a it's like a temporary loss of, like, I get very confused, like I don't know where I am, I can't talk. It's very strange, and it only lasts for maybe a minute, you know, but that's the type of seizures I have. It's kind of scary, actually, um, because when I, like, it just comes on. I don't know when it's coming on, and thankfully, with the medication, it doesn't happen very often. But I'm on the pretty much the maximum um, dose of Keppra, which is like a heavy duty. And my neurologist has also added another seizure medication. So I'm, also kind of doubled up, and um, but every once in a while, um, I still get occasionally I'll still get that, but I don't want to. I wish I could start over because I don't want to portray myself as a victim because I'm not. I mean, I'm so blessed, you know. Um, I really am so blessed to just be alive. And yes, my life is different than it was, but I have so many blessings, and I'm so grateful. I don't want anyone to think that I'm a victim. I'm not a victim. I'm a survivor. And every day that I live, I'm surviving,
We
and I'm
think
a
you're
miracle.
an inspiration.
I am a miracle, really,
Yeah.
and I know it. So because of the medications, and I've been on steroids ever since the onset,
Right.
um, for inflammation and all that kind of stuff, and um, so the long term use of steroids, and that I'm still on, I'll always have to be on, um, has caused problems for me. It's caused problem with my teeth. It's caused problems with my bones. I have, actually, I never knew that I had scoliosis, just mild scoliosis, but now I have osteopenia from bone loss, and which is, one step lower than osteoporosis. And I also have degenerative back disease, which is something that the Cancer Treatment Center also helps me with. Every 3 months, I get a surgical procedure where they give me a pain block in my back, which really helps me a lot, and it helps me from having to take a lot of opioids, a lot of pain medication, and I do still have to take minor pain medication once in a while, at times, but it helps me a lot from not having to take, a lot of opioids like a lot of people do, who have cancer. So I guess what I'm saying is I have cancer, but it's stable. The tumor is stable. I have done chemotherapy and I have done radiation treatments, and I'm not doing any of them anymore. When I first went to CTCA, they told me that if I did any more chemo, it was going to kill me. That my body just couldn't take it anymore. And that's why I said that really they saved my life. And my brain tumor is inoperable. So now they said that here, but they also at CTCA, which is now called City of Hope, they've taken it over, but we still call it CTCA too. They sent me to a specialist in Chicago that for brain tumors, and he's, I guess, one of the best in the country, and he also deemed it inoperable. So I was not able to get it surgically removed or anything like that. But at the same time, before I did any type of chemo or radiation, and that's here at home in Harrisburg,
Right.
they did have to do a cranial surgery where the reason it's inoperable is because where the tumor is, it's very deep. But they had to do a cranial surgery to get a biopsy of the tumor in order to determine, to take a piece of the tumor. They send it to Johns Hopkins and to make sure that it was cancer and what type of cancer it was, make sure it was malignant and all that. So in that process, I've been told by my oncologist at CTCA that a lot of the problems that I've been having is from that initial surgery, cranial surgery, because of how far they had to cut down. And
Yeah.
yeah, and it caused some damage.
Well,
Christine,
so now that you've gone with us
Oh, go
Gorgeous.
ahead. You were gonna take my thought. I already know what you're gonna say.
We have the same brain. There's only so many brain cells that fit in our office together, so we have to share them. Um, so now that you've gone with us from Harrisburg to, I believe where's your CCA center? Zion?
Chicago. Yeah,
Yeah,
Zion.
that's right. So Zion, Illinois, and then you went to see a different specialist in Chicago. What would you say has been either your favorite flight or your favorite pilot?
Oh,
You can
that's
name one too.
no. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
we love to name them.
I mean, I do have like some. I mean, there are just really
They're
all
all
of the.
Saint whoever. Like I feel like instead of their badges saying pilot, it should say like Saint John or Saint Peter, Saint Pat, Saint G Day.
And they're all so humble. So we try to give
Yes, and
them as many shout outs as we can.
that's why we
Okay,
ask this question because they'll never tell us what they do, but you guys tell us.
John Greco comes
Greco?
to mind.
Oh man, we're gonna have
Love
to
him.
send this to him. We love him. He calls us his
He
adopted daughters.
he is awesome.
He's the best.
Scott Miller.
Oh,
Ah,
another
love
great
Scott
Um,
too. Another
wow.
great one.
Naming all of our favorites too, Christine.
and I those are like I can't even believe I remembered their names because like like I have really hard time remembering names, and those are two I just popped up. Scott Miller, and I know he should have done this. I shouldn't even say it.
Say it.
Um,
Yeah, what did he do?
oh
Spill
my
it.
Yeah,
God,
spill the beans, Christine.
I'm gonna spill the beans. I hope you don't get in trouble.
He won't get in trouble. Who would only
Yeah,
get in trouble with us?
Okay. Well,
yeah. We're not that scary.
I am a huge Notre Dame fan, right? So, um, Notre Dame is very close to where I was picked up at the airport in Waukegan. I think it was Waukegan. Um, and he went just a little bit out of his way to fly me over the stadium.
Oh my God. I
Yes, he
love
did.
him. How
Yes,
can
he
we get in
did.
trouble for that?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
won't
yes, he
get in trouble.
did.
But he would have never told us that he did that because he's too
No, no, he
yeah.
wouldn't. Yeah, and
Wow.
I will never forget that.
That's
That
amazing.
was like it was amazing. And I mean, you know, that was something I will never forget. And, I was born a Notre Dame fan. I come from an Irish Catholic family, and you know what I mean? I mean, we had to be Notre Dame fans, you
Christine,
know?
you are lighting
Funny.
up talking about Notre Dame. I just need you to know
I know.
that.
Funny. Yeah, that and I can't even believe he did that. And he like circled it, like,
Oh my
Oh
god.
my
you know,
gosh, he's the
touch
best.
touchdown Jesus. I mean, it was funny.
That's
Christine, what is
awesome.
one final thought you would want to tell our listeners?
I can't say enough about the service that you provide, um, and uh, that anyone that is in need, or meets the criteria of your services and is in need of it. I can't say enough about how wonderful um, your organization is, your your staff, your pilots. I mean, every everything about you guys. I mean, everything. I mean, I mean, you go so far beyond what you need to do. And I mean, I just, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Um, like I said, I don't know what I don't know what I would have done without your help all these years. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't. I would not. I'm sure of that.
Wow. Christine, you can't
Christine, you
make
give me
me cry on a
goosebumps.
Friday.
Yeah,
Because
what did we say about no sweaty eyes?
Yeah.
I mean it. The care in. I'm not saying that all care is bad in smaller cities or anything like that, but it just doesn't compare to places like CTCA or some of the bigger, especially if you have cancer or you need specialized, services. And I can't even tell you how many people that I've met at CTCA that have said the same thing, that mimic my story, and they've come from all over the United States. That they were told, one thing where they come from, and they get there and they're like, we're gonna take care of you, don't worry. And it's just like night and day. And they treat you like family. It's not like you're going into a hospital. You're I can't explain it. It's just so different. It's like you're not a number. You're not just a number.
Right.
It's just so different. And the same with you guys. You know me by name. You know, um, and it makes a difference. It really does.
Yeah. We're so lucky to be a part of your story, Christine. And thank you
Yeah.
so much for sharing it with all of our listeners. Even if it is David playing it on repeat in the other room, it still counts as one.
Take your time today, and we will be with you until you need us forever.
All right.
Yeah. You can't get rid of us. You got to
now
break
you're
up with us.
Well, that sounds good. That
All right.
sounds
Thank
great.
you again, Christine. We're so happy that you could share your story with us today and our listeners.
Yeah.
I am very happy to. Anytime.
It's so crazy to me to be able to put a name to a face. Like, we've been flying Christine since as long as I've been with Angel Flight.
I know, and I'm pretty
Longer
sure
than I've been with Angel
we
Flight.
did onboard her, but I do love the fact that we asked who her favorite pilots were, and of course, she named John and Scott, two of our.
I know.
So they're
I
gonna be
literally
so
was sitting here and I'm
excited.
like, it's totally John. It's
I know.
100% John.
And I'm definitely
Um,
gonna call Scott and ask him why he doesn't fly us over anything cool.
he flew me over a large picnic basket.
A large picnic basket.
Yeah, I don't know. It was apparently, so backstory.
Yep.
Scott had to fly me. What?
A legit picnic basket?
Well, wait. So Scott had to fly me from here, Wingsfield, to Cincinnati, a few months ago. And I guess we were running out of things to talk about, or he did not like what I was talking about, or whatever. But he's like, "Do you want to see a picnic basket?" And I was like, "Okay." And it was literally an old office building. It was a manufacturing plant of picnic baskets, and the building was shaped like a picnic basket.
Got the short end of the stick on Scott's cool fly.
I'm like, how did you get the stadium and I got a picnic basket? Don't get me wrong. Scott showed me some other stuff while we were up there, but
I'm gonna have
I
to
get.
be like, can you send me a picture of the picnic basket?
I might have one. I have to go through my phone now and see, and if I do, I'm adding it to the cover art of this episode.
I'm just gonna
Well,
title
I'm
it
just gonna Google it.
Take Off Talk featuring a picnic basket.
Right. But I will give Scott an extra bonus. Well, actually, we have to give Scott and John both bonus point shout outs here because Scott also did a detour while flying me to Cincinnati to give me ice cream. He got me ice cream out of his hangar. And then another shout out to John, who every time he does something, he tells us he owes us a margarita for messing something up for us. And he did mail us margaritas.
He
So
did. He mailed us
we
a
really
box
can't be
of
mad at them.
legit margaritas. And
Yeah.
I think it was just addressed to Jess and Maddie Ames or something.
No, I think it was Maddie Ames.
Yeah.
I think it was Maddie
something-
Ames or like Jess Beck. It was one of
both
those.
our
kinda
names
deals.
combined, but they're
Yeah.
amazing. And wow, what a way to end our Friday.
Right? I need a beer now, though, Christine, because my eyes started to sweat on that.
I know. I thought we were gonna have to break out the high noons or the margaritas. Either one would work.
I don't think we have the margaritas anymore. I think we finished that.
Mm.
John, when you listen to this, we need more margaritas.
Yeah, we'll take some more. You can mail them directly to our office again. It's appreciated. It's how
Yeah,
we get
well,
the day sometimes.
it's all we need. We don't really ask for much.
We
But
don't. Just snacks.
On that
and-
note, yeah,
Right.
exactly. On that note, we're going to go rate our mini fridge, and we hope to see you guys soon with another episode of Takeoff Talk. Don't forget your adult beverage, or if your adult beverage is caffeinated, you can do that too. See ya.
Purple. Bye.
That's it for today's episode of Takeoff Talk with Angel Flight East. If you want to learn more about our services, please visit our website at www.angelflighteast.org or call our office at 215-358-1900. Join us in our mission. If you're a healthcare worker or a patient in need of air travel and flight services, AFE is here for you. Subscribe to the show so you can hear more stories. Join us again next week right here on Takeoff Talk.